we learned about a couple of properties to make mental math easier to solve. In my first problem, I have 15 plus 19 plus 15 plus 11. This is something most of you guys would reach for a calculator to solve. However, you can do actually this in your head. We learned something called the commutative property. That means I can change the order of my addition problem. So if I take this 19 and I take that 15, I'm going to switch the order of those two numbers. I'm going to take that and I'm going to change this into 15 and 19. I still have the same numbers I'm adding, so it's okay to switch the order of them. That's the commutative property. I want to add 15 and the 15 first, then I want to add the 19 and the 11 first. I'm going to group those together because those are numbers that are going to be easy to do in my head because they're going to make a multiple of 10. Grouping the numbers together is called the associative property. So I have 15 plus 15. Well, I know that that's 30. 19 plus 11, that's going to also equal 30. So 30 plus 30 is something I can easily do in my head. That's going to equal 60. Again, I moved the numbers around to make them easier to add without a calculator. I can do the same thing in multiplication. 5 times 17 is really hard to do in your head. However, if I have this problem, part of the problem right here, I can switch those two around. So I can make this 5 times 2 times 17. You're able to switch the orders when you add or when you multiply. 5 times 2 I know is 10. I can do 10 times 17 in my head because 1 times 17 is 17. Then I'm going to add this 0 back behind it. So I get 170. Again, the commutative property allows me to change order, and the associative property lets me group together what I want to multiply. We also learned about the distributive property. The distributive property shows me a way of doing harder multiplication problems in my head. I can take 40 and I can split 49 into 40 and a 9, because 40 plus 9 equals 49. Now I'm going to have two separate multiplication problems. I have 40 times 7. Well, this is something I can do in my head. 7 times 4 is 28, and I need to add 1 0 behind that. I can also do 7 times 9 in my head, because I have that multiplication back memorized. So 7 times 9 equals 63. So I did 7 times 40 and 7 times 9. I now need to add the last two numbers together because I really need to do some addition. So 0 plus 3 is 3. 8 plus 6 is 14. Write down the 4, carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. So I get this to equal 343. This is one way that we can use the distributive property to make multiplication problems more mental math to be completed.